What I think for Sunday is, I think I'm going to cover this Board of Peace thing that's happening in Gaza. I don't see it as something that's going to work. The Board of Peace is chaired by the United States and, by extension, President Trump. He's invited President Putin, Prime Minister Netanyahu, just kicked out Canada, Jared Kushner, Tony Blair, and I'm not sure whoever else. He had a Board of Peace meeting in Davos yesterday. I don't see how this is any more than a hoity-toity production. Hamas is still armed. Hamas is basically still running the show in Gaza. I'm going to have to do some more research into it, and I guess I'll formulate an opinion by Sunday. Gosh, I mean, I'm not quite sure what the vision is. Hamas cannot disarm. It's just not a reality. And you do let me know what your thoughts are. And let me know what your thoughts are, because I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. I just see Gaza just remaining in rubble, perhaps turning into literally West Gaza, where there's IDF presence, perhaps run by the board of Peace, and then there's East Gaza that's still run by Hamas, and there's basically no IDF presence. And then people will be clawing to get into West Gaza if that's how the dust will settle. That's how I see it. I'm thinking of doing either that or something more in depth on the Walls Shapiro thing, because it only occurred to me after I finished Wednesday's stream that Shapiro said in 2024 that he didn't think anti-Semitism had anything to do with Harris choosing Walls. But if he was asked if he was a double agent, why wasn't that viewed as anti-Semitic in 2024 when Shapiro put that out there? And not to put that, and also I remember the way Shapiro came out and spoke for Harris that night when Walls was officially picked. He came out with fire for Harris. Yeah. So that's just my general take. We'll go into some questions, comments. We got 5 minutes, and then we'll go about our days, right? Not all of us are on vacation. I totally understand that. Hamilton, Board of Peace tanked. Only some countries were present. Few signed up. The purpose and money are to build up seaside luxury condos, but not for anyone living there. Trump controls the money. Well, sure, Trump controls the money, and I don't think they have access to the seaboard, to be honest with you. I think they only have access to the eastern part the western part, because the eastern part is still Hamas run and Hamas armed. And Hamilton, you tell me, wouldn't you say the beachfront properties aren't a bad idea for tourism and economic viability of the area, especially if it's built from scratch without terror and controlled with adequate safety for tourism? I mean, my parents, I think, went there on their honeymoon. They were definitely in southwest Israel or northeast Egypt, one of them. But it was a Singapore on the Mediterranean. Nancy, it's hard to disagree with you. Speech aside, did Shapiro really want Harris to win, or did he prefer the results which happened? By the way, it obviously preserved his viability, the way everything turned out with 2024. But it was a fiery and very passionate speech, maybe because he was already pumped himself on the emotions. He let it out, but he had to support Harris, of course, because of party allegiance. Yeah, could be anything.